Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark III and welcome back to Adventure Mode in From the Depths as I plummet rapidly towards the water's surface. Don't worry, this is quite deliberate. I'm just dropping down, ready to go into that little portal over there. And also, welcome to the very last episode before I switch over to simply pre-recording this video. Pre-recording this series and moving on to holiday. I seem to be a tad unstable. Where's my drone gone? Oh, it's somewhere behind me. Okay. This will be my last video where I'll be able to respond to you guys and what you say in the comments and stuff like that. Because the next 8 videos are going to be while I am gone. So, you know, as you do. As you do. Let's start off with response to things. Apologies for the last video. I actually feel that is the worst overall From the Depths Adventure Mode video I have produced since I started the series. Because looking back on it, the balance was actually a bit off, and I certainly wasn't reacting too well to things. And where's my drone? Oh, there's my drone, coming up right there. Okay. And it's rainy as hell now. Okay, right. This is going to make spotting the portals fun. Yes. But anyway, there is going to be some building in this video, but there is not going to be as much. Because, quite simply, I know that I would need to get the balance better. I was just slightly in a rush when I was recording the previous one. Because, you know, needed sleep before going to work, and it's like, yeah. I need to make sure I've got all this right, and I think that's the main reason for it, actually. I was just trying to make sure I'd got something good to put out. And it was still fairly good, I suppose, even if it was my worst video in a while. Let's reconnect that rotor there. Okay, that's a little bit more stable, fine. Now, I need to find something in this mess. Sure, let's continue. Now, there was a complaint about not enough adventure, too much building. That's what I just addressed. And yes, I'm sorry about that. So I am going to be pushing towards higher difficulty, because I do agree that there was too much building in the previous one, and my opponents are still too easy in general. So that's why I'm actually doing this, jumping into a blue, then into a red, to push my difficulty up. Like, I think it's like 3 degrees or something like that, instead of just 1. What I don't quite agree with, though, is the suggestion that I should be aiming for a difficulty 20 with a craft of this size. Because let's face it, this craft may look okay, but it's still full of holes, and it's still incomplete, and it's still not that good overall, I guess. So there are a few issues to be worked out with it. I also know for a fact that godly level designs start to appear at around difficulty 12, or there, somewhere thereabouts. So at level 20, the spawn rates are going to be higher, and I don't know how well things are going to be going, and how tough the enemies are going to be. We're going to find out in the next few videos, or maybe the next week, as I push this thing further. Now, something else I want to cover actually while I'm doing this is my general plan for the series as I advance through the next couple of weeks. My main goal is actually to finish off the cookie wagon and make sure that this thing is actually, you know, done. As in, fully hulled, and fully armed, fully armoured, and chock full of resources. That is the other one. I plan to get the vehicle finished and then get the entire thing ready and fixed up and done. Now, why am I doing this? Because I want to make sure that this thing is ready for when I get back, and then I'll be in a position where I can rebuild it. Yeah, I'm planning ahead to the point where I want to be able to, you know, actually get this thing fixed, and I'm losing track of where things are. I'm sorry. This is the part of the building section, and I'm not doing a very good job of building. I am well aware of this fact. 3, 1... Yeah, sure, let's put it there. Fuel refinery. smokestack. Yeah. I wasn't planning to add a fuel refiner to this craft, but it turns out that, yeah, the smoke dispensers actually run on fuel supplies, so I need to get something of a refinery into the back of this craft to actually keep it supplied with fuel. Otherwise, my smoke dispensers will not work, and that would be generally a bad thing. So yeah, the cookie wagon gets a few smokestacks into the back now. I don't know. Let's see, what's this one? 60% process time. Yeah, these. Because I want it to be efficient. I don't want to just be spraying resources at the opponent, basically. Trying to keep the stuff online. So yeah, that'll do. It would help if I keep the refinery, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Right. And I just need to watch that. Now, what I want to do is I plan to get the craft finished. I plan to get stuff with resources, that's all fine. I'm going to get the AMS system finished in this video, actually. At least the projectile-based one. The hell was that? I didn't even see anything. What was the hell was that? Did I hit a gate or something? What? I think I hit a gate and I didn't even notice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just auto leaves or something if it goes too far. But yeah, moving on. I want to get this finished. I'm planning to, well, I'm actually toying with the idea of tearing out the drone as my resource gatherer, because it's starting to genuinely bug me how it drops out and falls away behind me every time I'm going flying. And I'm also planning to, well, this thing isn't running too well, is it? 46 fuel a minute. They've seriously downgraded these things. Unless it's that. No, still running only at 91 per minute. It used to be in thousands per minute. Okay, sure. I guess fuel refineries are now really, really slow. Which shows how much I've used them since the fuel changes came in. Not much at all. Wow. 50.4. Yeah, I'll keep that going like that. And just get this thing up. Though this does mean I need to actually armour back here as well. That is a slightly more important factor. Now that I've actually got a refinery back here. And they've got not getting any dangerous gases at all. I don't know what's going on with this refinery, but it's doing okay. Anyway, yeah. What I'm thinking of is I could take out the drone, and I'll use the bay where it is installed to actually install a anti-ship cannon as a primary armament, and I'll also build some smaller anti-ship cannons to go underneath the sides of the ship, just to increase its general offensiveness against lower level vehicles and stuff like that. And other than that, I also plan to paint this darn thing as well at some point. So it will have a colour scheme eventually. I've still not figured something out, and you guys have been struggling with that as well, so not much use there, unfortunately. So, oh, yep, that was a warp portal. There is an enemy confirmed in the far distance. Okay. That was actually about all of the spiel I had prepared for this thing. So what have we got? A shuriken at 4,000 meters and closing. Sure, let's turn this way so that I can get this way. Yep. Go back into E mode. There is also one other thing I need to do immediately, which I forgot about, which is, well, I forgot for a moment, is I need to capture a vehicle. I said I would try to capture one. So I will. Oops, it's this way. Oh, there we go. And yeah, I need another red portal. That thing is absolutely lousy. No, this is fine. It's a decent range with this anti-aircraft gun. I must admit that. So I don't think it's enough to actually do much to me. Yep, the main cannons are turning. Okay. And there's something else over there as well. That's impressive, actually. Two things. What's next? A scrapper at 1.8 kilometers. And what? I really can't see much at all. I think this is why YouTubers in general avoid going into these zones, because, quite simply, I can't see squat right now. Seriously, I can't see a darn thing. My ship can sense something, so it's firing, but I can't tell what's going on ahead of me. At all. Oh. Okay, that's a slight flaw. Oh dear. That's... whatever that is too damaged. Okay. I get the feeling if I keep following the storms, this is going to be what's going to keep happening. Oh, there's another enemy over there as well. Okay, sure. Well, first let's park up. Let my ship keep doing its thing. Because this system actually really does need ejectors. Because if I'm moving forward, then it's just, as you can see, the craft is going too fast. It's catching on the missiles and it's just turning them all over the place. So there was some questions when I first put it in about why I put ejectors on it when I should just let it kick out like that, and that is actually the reason why. Because quite simply, if you're using a faster craft, you need to kick the things away from the vehicle. Otherwise they become so much less effective. Yeah, ejector rod on. That way, yep. Side one's mounted. Oh, that's a slight flaw in the design. I can't actually mount one for the central missile. I'll just leave the central missile as is. Sure, that's fine. But yeah, let's get moving on. I'm going to stop there because that is a whole chunk of talking and reacting to you guys and saying howdy hi and... oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. I am in the sea of blood. I was going to follow the suggestion of calling this episode... oh, there's a red portal over there. I was going to follow the suggestion of turning this, of calling this episode Into the Storm, but I think this is much more dramatic. Wow. The Realm of Blood. I think that's a red portal over there. I hope it is. And yep, this craft is now seriously back heavy, and I don't know where my drone's gone. Nor do I much care, to be honest. Because since it's turning into a pure combat craft, I don't need the drone. Quite simply. Now, I'm detecting something, so what is it? What am I picking up? That's my drone over there, coming to join me at last. Thank you. You're welcome. Not detecting something. Oh, there's no enemies right now. Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I've got something a bit more interesting to show you, which will be regarding the AMS system, since that's what I'm going to start working on. Actually, you know what? It is change of course time. There's that red portal right there, which is what I was making for. But, over there, blue portal. So, I can use that to get another spike in difficulty straight away, which seems like a bit of a good idea, to be honest. I've also ignored that resource pocket, which is like 1,000 resources, so, you know, pretty good one actually, but I'm just cruising at night time over this sea of blood, and it's... yeah, maybe I should put some lights on this darn thing. Make it easier to see when I get into bad weather. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I've reached the blue portal. It is actually higher than me, so I'm going to have to increase my altitude to try and hit it. There is something called a lance closing on me at the moment, according to my targeting system. Oh no, it's actually moving away from me. 35... 40... yep, it's moving away from me. Oh well, I'll just go and hunt that down very quickly. Actually, no. Oh well, never mind. And it's a storm going on, and I can't see the Blood Red Sea anymore, so yeah. And now I just need to try and lift myself up to actually get into that thing. It's a bit worrying how high that thing is, actually. To do that, I need to get into my depth settings again and find a decent place to rise. Where is it? Yeah. If altitude is less than... Okay, no. That if altitude is greater than... Increase that to 400 meters. I can't go much above this, I don't think, without losing my spins. So, yes. Upwards! Into the portal. I think I'm going to go a bit too high. Oh, no, 400 is actually ideal. It looks like. No, it's not. It's not enough. Let's say 450. I hope the air's actually okay up here. Come on, you can do this. You can get into this. Oh, what a tease. What a tease. I can't climb quite high enough to get into the portal. Oh dear. Oh well, I'll have to go and find somewhere else to go. Well, I'm gauging something head-on, and I know it's got a cannon shells, but I'm not sure entirely what it is. Heck, my sensors aren't really picking it up too well either, so you know. Oh, what the heck? Hang on. AI!
Turning off. Turning off. Turning off.
Okay. Right. Hit the brakes, please. Stop. Turn around. What are you? You are a fiendish thingy. I think you're Onyx Watch. And you are heavily damaged. Yes, you are. I think I'm going to do something that I promised to do. Well, I didn't promise, but I'm going to do it here. And that is, I am going to capture this thing. It's already disarmed thanks to my cannon barrage, so you know, I should be just fine. Anyway, let's get out. Let's get this thing sorted. To actually get out there and do this, I need a way out of this craft. So there is that. You know, slight design flaw. Can't actually leave this ship. Where am I? I am here. What's above me? Oh yeah, the battery links and stuff like that. Fairly important stuff, actually. I think the rotors are above me as well. Yes, there are rotors above me. Right. And the fuel source is above me as well. Okay, I think my best way out of this craft is actually to go downwards. Yeah, it looks like it's downwards. Cancel the mirror mode. Let's get a tunnel out of my little craft here, like so. Yep. Oh look, I've made a gaping hole in my armour. This is going to be a smart idea. Yes. Might as well get this darn thing fixed up again. 2 meters, and then... Yep, and then a block of metal, 2 meters. There we go, right. And, to make sure, I'm going to add some flipping doors. There we go, okay. Look at that, I've got a door in the bottom of my craft. Yay! How good is that? Not very. There's also the question of how I'm going to get back into this craft as well. Where's my target gone? Oh, no, don't say that it... No, it didn't, it's right underneath me. Okay, that's fine. I think I can hop out and actually do this. And my craft will be okay for a little while. Hellfire was actually good at driving this thing. Yeah. Okay. Just hang on for a moment. Okay, this should be close enough. In fact, I am drifting past. Not entirely unexpected, but you know, c'est la vie. Now, sorry for taking that moment there, but I wanted to make sure that since I can get out of my craft, I wanted to be able to get back into it. It seemed to me that like that might be vaguely important, you know? So what I've done is I've actually hollowed out a bit of my right side over here, just next to where my seat is, because I've made a slight addition. Is this close enough? Yeah, this is probably close enough. Sure. Park here. And I'm just hoping nothing comes up after me. I also dropped my craft to 100 meters rather than 300, so that it's a bit closer and I can actually get some resources from it, because I want to make sure that I can actually build my way to get back up to this craft. Actually, you know what? If altitude is less than... Let's actually ditch this thing in the water. No reason to be scared now, because I'm fairly sure this thing has lost all its stuff. So yeah, let's ditch it. Splash. There we go. I'm actually bigger than this thing is, yeah. Okay, right. Let's get out of this and do that. Right. What I did is, I've just hold out here, and I put in a teleport pad, so I can actually get back into the cookie wagon, just by building a teleport pad on the other end. Yep, here we go. Let's go out and... Hello there. How are you? Still an enemy? Good. I need to figure out where your AI core is and capture it. And I need to do it without dying as well, so that's one of the things I was concerned about. But with the wagon so close, that should be okay. Now, let's see, there's a gap down here. Oh, I see an AI car down there. Is that it? Was that it? Oh, I might actually be dying. Get back to the front near the wagon. There we go. Right. Are you actually mine now? I believe you are. Oh dear. So much for a brave wandering off into the depths of an enemy ship, because this ship is actually now mine. I have captured it. Yeah, turn off repair mode for a few moments. See, well. And that was the fuel refinery exploding. Because I ditched it in the water. Yes. Okay, that did more damage than this ship did, I suppose, but you know. Oh, it's all blood red again. Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and get this... let's get this as a picture. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Best buds forever, totally. But this craft's now mine, no real risk. I guess that little wish has actually been completed, and you know. So, hooray! Vehicle captured. I know I've got an ammo processor, but this thing will never work, so this is an outdated design as it is. Let's get back to first person mode and put away my darn minigun. And back to the wagon. Actually, let's test this and make sure it works. MISC, teleporter pad. If it doesn't work, I want to actually know right now. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. Teleport to cookie wagon. Okay, yeah, that works just fine. Take my seat. Thank you. So that definitely works. All this is working just fine. Now, because we've got that thing there, and this is suddenly super responsive, so... not sure what's going on there. Oh wait, I know what it is. There we go. Back in the proper building mode. Well, the one I like anyway. That craft is mine, so hooray for that, but I don't really want it. It's I guess this is a way of capturing some resources, so you know. I need a scrapper. Here we go. Vehicle, respawner and scrapper. Because I'm going to delete that Lance, which looks like an okay-ish ship, but you know, it's not what I want. So let's see, right now I have 9,000 resources, and if I scrap this thing, how much am I going to have? Goodbye, Lance. We hardly knew you. But the fact is I don't need a vehicle of your caliber as an assistant to my cookie wagon. Not really. Yep. Bye-bye. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. I had 9,000, and now that thing has given me 47,000. Destroy the scrapped object completely, so, yep, goodbye, Lance. Remove the scrapper. There we go. But yeah. That gave me 38,000 resources capturing that. Good to know. Now, there is something I think I should mention as I get myself back in the air, and that is the fact that there's a reason I avoided going for any captures so far, and that is the fact that I already know that it is a really, really, really good way to get a lot of resources out of an enemy ship. There's a red ring over there. Oh, hang on, wait, no, 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 go back down, go back down. There's a red ring right next to me as well. I can duck straight through that. I need to relocate these control blocks as well to make them easier to access. But yeah, the reason for this actually goes all the way back to my very, very first From the Depths series. I've mentioned this before, I have done From the Depths series before, and in this case I'm talking about the first one, when I actually discovered for the first time that capturing and scrapping hostile ships was not only a great way for a last-ditch defence if I didn't have enough defensive strength to fight them properly, but also a great way to get resources. So I did it for those reasons. And believe it or not, that series actually had a few commenters every so often, like very rarely, nothing like what's going on in this series. But like one of the few comments I got was that I shouldn't be capturing and scrapping ships like that, because it was cheapening the entire series for that particular watcher, and they didn't like it, and it was because the boats and things couldn't actually protect themselves from me, and so there's nothing to stop me from just wandering over to it all willy-nilly, nothing else in the battle space, only me, dodging all the incoming fire, because back then it was just it was still basic cannons and simple cannons and all that kind of thing. And then just going, oh hey, I've defended my base, or oh hey, I've got all these new resources, and there was nothing to go against it. So yeah, even back then I was still liking having some people watch and comment my stuff, despite the fact I was converting to a no, this is just for fun situation. Difficulty 2.78, okay, that's a good little jump there, and I can actually see, which is really good. Still, since we're trying to test out dark weather, let's continue onwards to the east. But yeah, that's when I promised them I would not capture any vehicles in the rest of that series. And what the hell's going on? That's one heck of a tip there. Very strange. So that my centre of drag has shifted. Actually, let's close those doors here. Might be useful. Close you. Close you. There we go. Defense is restored. That area is invulnerable now. But yeah. That's why I've not been capturing vessels in the first campaign series I tried, and I didn't do it in the second campaign series because it was the premise of I've got to use this single massive cruiser to try and get through the entire game, upgrading it as I go. And so, no going out, no going capturing, just build it up with your spoils of victory. So, single capital ship versus the entire campaign, basically. That was the premise there. And that attitude kind of carried over to this series, where it's been, well, since I've only got like 2 lives left, and then it's game over, I didn't want to get out and risk myself too much. But that was just a case of a very lucky situation where the opponents actually got completely disarmed and didn't actually happen to have any crew, because that is another thing. Crew didn't exist at that point in the game. I'm not detecting it, but there's something over that way. Crew didn't exist, though they do now, so that gives some ships a form of defence if they're working properly, which they are not sometimes. But something else that the game has gained since then as well is that at the time it didn't actually despawn the opponents if you were the only thing left in the battle. It didn't check to see if you had any vehicles or structures involved. So it's not as much of an exploit as it was in terms of gathering resources against a weaker opponent, but oh, you're a tiny one, aren't you? Come here. Oh, I know what I've done.
Weapons only. Weapons only. Weapons only.
Actually, you don't have it, so you
Turning
just
off.
stay off. I forgot to turn my weapons back on. Okay, let's go ahead and kill that thing. Side cannons firing, missiles firing. Yeah, I forgot to turn them back on after that capture. But that was enough to shred it, so yeah, this area is still too easy. Need to keep pushing deeper. But that's why I've not been using capturing as a tactic. The heck? That was a nuke. I only saw the very last traces of it, but that was a nuke. I know the blast pattern and what it looks like in this game, and that was a craft armed with a nuke. No doubt if I was a lower flying aircraft or a boat, I would have just been rammed and blown the hell up. So, yeah. There are designs around here with nukes in them. Good to know. Yeah. Now, the last thing I need to mention, actually, is that I've been poking around a little bit with this thing, and I think I've got something I'm going to be trying here. I wasn't planning to use a 50mm anti-missile shell, but that was mentioned in the comments, so I thought, hey, let's roll with it. Let's make a 50mm design. And what I've got is this thing. It's got lots of gunpowder at the back, so it's actually pretty fast, 357. It's got a bleed base, which slightly reduces the cool time, while keeping the speed a bit higher, so you know, off it goes. It's got a whole load of flak warheads on it, which is, at this size, not that effective. It's giving it 65 damage within 8 meters, so basically, within 5 meters, it's going to have a 50 damage, so it could roughly kill a missile in 2 or 3 hits, so, you know, it's going to be okay. Timed fuse, because it's a much faster shell, so it can actually do that. 1 meter length, which was the other thing I was aiming for. And a composite head on the front of it. Now, why have I got a composite head on it? Because this does give it a little bit of kinetic and direct fire damage. That is true, so if it hits head on, it's going to do a little bit extra, but what I'm after here is this, which is speed modifier. Having this shaped nose on it, instead of just the timer block wedged on the front of this shell, is giving the shell like a 60% speed increase, roughly. So, you know, if the math's accurate, this thing is actually a lot faster for having that shell in it, so it'll make a better one, even though that could have been used for a bit more explosive payload. So yeah, that's going to be the flak shell design I'm going to be working with from here on out. Sadly, I'm also out of time, so that is all that's going to happen in this particular video. So yeah. That's all that's going to happen, so I'm going to get the actual anti-missile cannons rebuilt in the next video, which will be coming out, if my timing's right, it's actually going to be tomorrow from how this is going, but it will be a pre-recorded one, so I'll just be responding in the comments. I can't respond in the videos. I've said that before, say it again, just to make sure that that is understood. And hopefully this one has had a bit of a better balance between building and adventure. I think it has. I've definitely faced a few more opponents, and I've gone into regions I've not been in before, including that nice blood ocean effect. That was quite unexpected. So yeah, enough babbling. That is actually it. So I'm going to say sayonara now, and I've got more recording to do. So this has been Iron Mark III. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'm going to catch you some other time. See you later.